with a better title.
Good idea.
Hey, welcome to. Hey, what? Don't be stepping over me. It's finally Friday, and we're finally live because we're a bunch of somethings, amateurs. It's episode 65 of the Fancast. Something I forgot to do last week was announce who the Hall of Fame was at the end. And if you haven't seen the thumbnail, you don't know that it's Chrissy Tarland. Right? She's not Christy, right?
Who are you talking to?
What?
What do you mean, who am I talking to? You guys. So that confused man is LMP.
Guys, before we start the show, I would like to play a quick game of Explain a Film Plot Badly.
All right, well, let's do the introductions and come back to that.
Okay, well, you trust me. You want to hear this one out.
All right, go ahead.
So, okay, real quick. Actions of colored teen cause a white businessman to lose his family.
Black Hawk Down.
No.
What is it again?
Actions of colored teen cause a white businessman to lose his family.
I have no idea.
Okay, Appalachian, you want to take a shot at it?
I'm going with Power Rangers.
With what?
Power Rangers?
No, but that would be pretty interesting. Okay. So the correct answer is the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Garbage.
All right. that man disagreeing is a guest of the show and a fan of WCBS as well as the Fancast, the Appalachian American.
How are you guys tonight?
Lovely.
I'm ready to rip a new one. And last but not least, Reality's Frank.
I am Justice.
And he's Batman with puckering lips.
Martha.
Martha.
Look like about to lay that smooch on Martha, all right.
How do you know that name?
Mama.
So hopefully by the time we're done with all this, I'll actually have a title and everything else. So reason why I'm a little irritated, well, a lot irritated. I'm thankful for everybody who has watched my videos. But if you're going to post insane comments, I don't know what to do. So someone posted on one of my beer reviews where I actually had to pour, I think it was a Game of Thrones beer, but I forget which one it was. It's a large, the thing is like a half-liter bottle, and I poured it into a big mason jar. I was out of other glassware, and the complaint that I poured too much head. It was about 1.5 inches. Well, it's a Belgian beer. It should have had more. And if you're used to drinking beer with no head, I'm sorry for you. You're an idiot. And the other one is someone posted in one of my pre-workout supplements today, just actually not too long ago, that sweet sensations do not cause insulin response. And so I posted, I basically replied with a link to the science that says, yes, it can. So bite me. All right. So how you guys doing?
So wait a second. So what I'm hearing is that Late can't take.
I can't take it when people are wrong.
My brain hurts now.
Yeah, they weren't constructive criticisms. Here, you want to read the paper? Go ahead.
All right, hold on. Are we live yet?
We've been live since I got here. Your bad joke and all.
I'm just trying to look for us on YouTube right now to start spamming the chat like I always do. But I don't see us.
There, I'll even put a chat thing in there. So, anyways, guys, I don't know about your part of the country, but according to the weather people, at 4 a.m. tomorrow, it's going to start snowing. It's not going to stop snowing until Sunday at like 7. We're going to get a minimum of 8 inches of snow, and all hell's going to break loose.
Woohoo!
Amazing.
New.
I don't think it will get shit, but then
Well, you never know.
It's nothing new. Here we've been getting a dusting of snow friggin' every night for like a week and a half up here.
Yeah, but you're up there where you get snow and not 1.5 inches of ice first.
Yeah, no, we had some of that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting it. We're only 60 miles from the Canadian border where I'm living, so we're getting it pretty much all the time up here.
Yep. But did you get any lake effect snow from that would be not
we got dumped on pretty good a couple days ago. Yeah.
Okay. Because even when I lived in Marion, when there were times when the wind would blow straight south, we would get lake effect snow. Even that far south, it was bizarre. So, who's watching television?
Me.
Not me.
Definitely not me.
I can definitely hear it.
I'm watching a movie. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe yeah, probably some from Lake Ontario where you are. I'm not sure. Not at Erie. I knew there was one more after Erie, but I couldn't remember what it was. That's where Niagara Falls is between betwixt them twos.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, well, you know, I was sitting up for like almost an hour waiting for everybody to get ready for the show to start because Lape Wife had to fucking send you off on an errand.
Unfortunately, yeah, she didn't do that. Well, so my son needed we needed to drop his car off, and I was like, I didn't realize she wanted to go out to eat too across the street from. Apparently, his car's making noise. I think it just needs transmission fluid, but whatever. And because he works third shift now, he doesn't work tonight. You know, he was asleep, so we had to take his car over there. Yeah. So anyway, but I'm finally here, at least wherever here is. And I haven't listened to anything WCBS. I didn't even get to listen to the after hours crap. We had a hackathon today at work, and you know, I next time I'm on a team of one. I'm a lot better when I'm by myself.
Well, we probably didn't miss much. I mean, we're still waiting for the return of Good Morning Pop Culture.
Yeah, that's going to be a while.
Yeah, I
Does
know.
anybody know how much more he's got to draw? It seemed like he was piddle farting, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, February's going to be here.
I know he talked about working on it every day, but you know, Good Morning Pop Culture, he says takes almost like 3 hours out of his day that he should be working on the book. So he's I guess he's just trying to really buckle down.
Yep.
Get that shit ready, and he's got a ton of shit to get ready before Star Wars Celebration. So he's
I know.
You know, something had to go.
And yeah, and as far as I know, I'm going. I'm also going to Horror Hound, but they haven't been contacting me about anything. When we went to Indianapolis, by 2 months out, I was getting constantly, you know, he wanted to do stuff, and Nick was contacting me. We ended up doing none of it, and that may be part of it too. It's like I carried a lot of equipment to Indianapolis and used none of it. So I don't think we're going to do much of anything with Star Wars Celebration either. I think it's going to be a well, you know, they talked about being in a bar. It's like they've talked about everything. I know we have tickets, but I have not heard where we're staying. So all I know is I'm driving him and Nick and Joel. So at least that was the last time I've heard anything.
Well, I thought he was going to like get a hotel room for everybody or something.
Yeah. He's talked about it, and then we'll see Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers months ago when they were talking about going. His wife apparently works in the hospitality environment somehow, and he's like, well, let's see what my wife can get. So I don't know. We're probably going to be on like the second floor where all the noise is or something. All I need is a mattress. I don't even really need a bed. If I can just have a mattress in the hallway, I'll be fine.
It sounds like it's going to be a heck of a time.
It has the potential, and I have a feeling, you know, because he's gone back and forth on, you know, are we going to do stuff in the hall? We're going to, you know, have a table across from them. There's somebody, one of the listeners, that they work in some bar. They're talking about getting the back room for at a restaurant. You know, it's like we can't do everything. You're going to have to make up your mind on one or two items because I don't know if he's ever been to a convention this large. I mean, when they're that large, you're just in a sea of people. You can't even fall over, you know.
Yeah. Especially for something like this, it's going to be a freaking circus and a half.
Right. So it's, you know, we'll see. I mean, it'd be interesting. Be nice to meet Ethan and Jer and some of their people, but we'll see. But no, I mean, I am looking forward to it. I don't want to sound like I'm whining or anything. I just wish I knew a bit more of what was going on. I mean, I know it's May, but it's a big deal. It's not, you know, my daughter drove up to Columbus for OhioCon today. She's coming back tonight at some point. Now that's all weekend. OhioCon, actually. So, you know, that's nothing compared to Star Wars Celebration. And that's a bit bigger than MatsuriCon, which is pretty good size. So, but it's nothing like Comic-Con or anything like that. So,
oh God, let's not talk about Comic-Con.
Comic-Con is a disaster nowadays. So
that it is. But I hope to have some good stories this year.
So did you guys see that Mark Hamill kind of people wanted him to tweet out what the title of the next Star Wars movie is, and he put hashtag sorry not sorry.
No, I didn't see
It's
that.
like they're all under contract. They can't say what it is.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if they really know, you know.
Plus, half the things he says is crap anyway. So
Yeah, he
That's
was
true.
all on board, you know, and then all of a sudden he flipped. I think they went to him and said, Mark, do you want to get paid? Mark, do you want to get paid? Mark? And now he's changed his tune.
Well, they scooped out his brain and replaced it with a Disney robot. So,
Yeah. Because, you know, not my Luke. This is Jake Skywalker. I mean, he's the one who started the whole Jake Skywalker stuff.
hey, Kendo. Hey, David Applegate.
So, but anyway, so you guys were, you know, rock hard and retard strong and get the show started. What do you got?
Well, this week I heard, or the rumor going around now is Nintendo has unofficially declared or announced or strongly hinted that Luigi is not only trans, he has always been trans.
Boo.
Yeah, I saw those images. You mean those weren't fake? That's real?
Yep, and apparently, naturally, the trans community is losing their minds over this, and they're so excited. Like, he's ours now; you can't have him back.
So it's
That's not
so
fair.
it was not the so we're doing the opposite of who made the not the Transformer, the Matrix movies. Wachowski brothers that now are sisters.
I don't know. The Wachowski
what?
siblings.
Yeah. Yeah, both of the
Okay. I thought you actually meant they actually became sisters. For a
well,
second
they
there.
decided they're both women. They both have decided independently a few years apart that they want to be women.
Because that's natural.
Yo,
So it's not the Mario brothers anymore. Then it's the Mario siblings. He was
Yep.
always a woman,
No.
and now
fuck that. No, it's the Mario brothers. They got to stop with this nonsense that they want to change everything nowadays. I'm sick and tired of listening to, you know, this identity politics crap trying to make its way back into video games. For God's sake, Nintendo already made a female version of Link, called it Linkle. Which
Did they really?
as it sounds, and it shoots crossbows from its legs or something like that. I'm not making this up. It's legit.
oh, sure sounds like you're making it up.
Linkle?
No, look it up, Linkle. And the worst part about it is that, you know,
Oh,
Link
I'm gonna
is-
look. You bet I'm gonna look it up.
Oh God!
You
Wait,
just
no,
saying shit
don't
on the
do
show.
it.
How do you spell it?
L-I. Okay, hold on. Linkle. I think that's how it's spelled.
I don't want to see this. You can share screen if you want. I'm going to look away, but no.
I would avoid looking up anything Zelda like Link related because you might get
wow.
some 34
She's
stuff.
cute, but her blue eyes and blonde hair are very problematic.
Link's always been a Nazi.
Huh?
He's always been a Nazi.
Yeah, the Hylians have always been very Aryan inspired.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Zelda wants to. Him and Zelda want to eliminate a colored man.
Well, he is always trying to steal their stereo, so.
Comes the race.
I mean,
right.
yeah, you could get amazing. Yeah, so that's Linkle. Apparently, yeah.
There we
like,
go. See,
crossbows and
I was
legs.
not making up the blue hair and blue hair and blonde eyes. My gosh, I know I'm drinking, but I ain't that drunk yet. Gee, many Christmas.
See, this is what happens when they look at too much Rule 63 and decide to play into fan service.
Well,
Because God damn it, this is just wrong. Linkle.
here's the thing: the little gender bending here and there and whatnot. If you want to create like an alternate universe, I could understand. The problem is, like you said, like they're giving into a community. They're basically giving into like that Tumblr community, and it's like, stop giving these people what they want. The whole Luigi thing hasn't outright been confirmed, but like you said, Nintendo is not. They need to like outright deconfirm that and let it be a hard no.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
What started all this is you've heard about the whole the Super Crown thing.
Yes.
And apparently, if you like look in the description of the thing, it says only for use with women. Sorry, Luigi.
Yeah.
And that's what started all this nonsense.
But see,
and it just snowballed.
Transparency.
But see, here's
well,
the thing.
Linkle just became the Hall of Fame this week. Although,
Oh, no.
I will say this: those boots look like there's chafe.
First of all, before we ever put Linkle in the Hall of Fame, we put in Samus Aran in the Hall of Fame, and
Yes.
rightfully so. She deserves
Definitely.
it.
Who?
Samus.
Aran?
Samus Aran.
Yeah.
A-R-A-N. Probably spell Samus Aran, and that probably would be correct too. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
And yes, there has been a magnificent cosplay of her.
Wow.
There's been a lot of magnificent cosplay of her.
Thank God for that Zero suit.
Yes, Kendo, we know. Lape enjoys getting snowballed.
Oui.
What?
Kendo's in the comments.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, man. Lape is going to town right now.
Look at that. Boobette. Oh, Booette.
Well,
Well, I'm going to have to check this out later. Maybe I should stop screen sharing before I regret it.
No, really.
With Nintendo characters, you kind of want to just understand that there is well, with video game characters in general, you kind of want to avoid searching fan art and images of that. Believe me, there will be some moments you won't be able to sleep at night just wondering how something like that could exist.
Yeah, we know.
But that's neither here nor there.
I'm going to look up this cosplayer, Danielle DeNicola.
Yeah, we've all seen 300-pound Riku from Final Fantasy X. So.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, God. Why, Lord, have you forsaken us?
Wow. I may have just found tonight's.
I will say this, though. God bless the Asians, specifically Japanese chicks that like to get into cosplay. Holy shit. You want to talk about a moment where you just want to, just start drooling. Like tongue, stuck in your throat, levels of drooling. But back to the subject at hand. The whole thing with the Super Crown, yeah, I'm familiar with that because that's what started also the Bowsette meme. And has anybody here played the ending of Super Mario Odyssey? I mean, played the game Super Mario Odyssey and got to the ending or intends to play it?
Nope.
Okay. So for anybody in the audience who hasn't played the game and intends to play it or get a Switch at some point, you have exactly 3 seconds before I spoil the ending for you.
Do it.
Go.
1. Okay. So at the end of the game, after Mario saves Peach for the upteenth time, Peach is in a wedding dress. Mario's there with her, and he's about to give her a plant. Basically, kind of finally, ending that whole Coxie's relationship. Like, yeah, they're probably gonna get together. Bowser comes in with a plan, and basically Peach is like, you know what? She doesn't say it, but she kind of basically is like, you know what? I don't need either of you two. She's gonna go off on her own journey and explore the world.
Of course. But that's so, 1994. I mean, come on, we've already done that multiple times.
Yeah, but this is this is par for the course with the Mario games. That's kind of like the charm of it. He saves her, she's an ungrateful bitch. The cycle repeats itself.
Just like Zelda.
Exact. Oh God, Zelda's you want to talk about a cuckery? I think Zelda's probably the biggest cuckery. But with some of the fan theories people point out, sometimes I'm like, all right, it doesn't seem hopeless for Link. It does seem like he does get some ass on the side, or gets breathing in the ass on the side. I don't know. It depends on how you do Link.
The inside or the outside?
Well, you see, some people think Link is gay, and there could be strong evidence of that.
Well, then he's really getting it.
Funny. But basically, the Bowsette meme starts that somebody drew a webcomic online of that particular scene where Mario and Bowser are just looking at each other like hopelessly. And Bowser grabs the Peach Crown, the Super Crown, whatever it's called, right? The same thing that turns Toadette into Peach. And the joke is that it transforms him into this hotter version of Peach that Peach could never, ever be. But of course, she is like your typical anime cross animal type of thing with blue shell and everything. Again, it has the Bowser traits, but it has the very feminine quality that Peach is basically putting it's on a standard of beauty Peach cannot obtain.
Yeah, so, and it's just obnoxious because for a while there, it was everywhere. It was all over Facebook. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Why do I keep seeing this?
And listen, the idea of male characters becoming women, characters, has been done to death before. I remember, I think in comics they even did from what I remember seeing one time in that Comics Explains channel, which is like one of the biggest shilleries out there I've seen in the last couple years. That's why I don't watch it anymore. They even mentioned that I think Tony Stark even became a woman at one point. But again, it wasn't like a transition. It was like somehow he became female. And this idea has been done before in entertainment. But it was never something where it was like, okay, they wanted to be female or they thought they were female and they became female. Anything along those lines. This whole thing with Bowser and becoming Bowsette really stemmed across the whole thing that Mario and Bowser basically were tired of trying to compete for Peach and decided, hey, you know what? If you can become a better female than Peach can, which, by the way, in some cultures, they do believe men can make better women than actual women. Let that sink in. Well, don't ask me which culture. I do not want to relive what I saw in that documentary from this National Geographic. Yeah, it was a National Geographic documentary.
National Geographic's problematic too. Did you guys see that? They've been for over 100 years now, they've reinforced the stereotype that deep down the heart of Africa is nothing but savages.
Well, they wouldn't exactly be wrong now, would they?
I'm just saying what they said on what the title said, because I didn't read the article.
Listen,
like, yeah, I'm not going to click on that.
Well, listen, if your disputes are being solved with violence, we're just calling it as we see it. That's all we got to say.
You know, what you just said kind of reminds me of something I was thinking about not too long ago. Is like, isn't it like shouldn't it be considered horribly offensive that men going trans consider themselves better at being women than women?
Well,
like, isn't that like an inherently anti-women stance?
Well, hold on.
That's like more sexist than the male chauvinist pigs, isn't it?
I actually am finding myself agreeing with that statement, but hold up. The whole thing about the culture that they was talking about, and by the way, the culture was in Asia somewhere.
Oh, sure.
One of them Asian countries that nobody cares about. What happened there is not that they transitioned to become women, rather they're still men that so happen to cross-dress, wear makeup, do their nails and everything. And the thing is that they do it so perfectly since they already have the facial features and everything that are very feminine for some of them. You have beta males that are also with very feminine features in all parts of the world. But even some of the more masculine men, just the way they fix themselves, they actually look like women, and it's hard to tell. Hence the whole traps are gay joke that exists. That if you still don't get it to this point, I don't know what else I could say to anybody who's still trying to figure that joke. But the whole point is that that's their philosophy, and I think it's like Thailand or something where they practice that. So yeah, not surprising, right? But that's their whole mentality on it, and they actually have like beauty pageants and everything. You know, it's basically like all that drag queen stuff. But at no point is that I don't know where people get that means that you're trans, that you're transitioning or stuff like that. It just so happens that you're a guy that happens to want to look pretty one day, you know, and somehow now, again, the thing is, has Luigi worn a dress? Well, I don't remember him wearing a dress in any of the games I played. He just happens to be the lovable loser that we all like in of the Mario brothers. You know, Mario is the more confident, courageous.
He's Mario.
He's Mario. He's your.
Well, actually, when I was reading the article about this initially,
yeah,
one of the examples that they try to put forward to support this theory is that in one of the games, when he's exploring someplace, he finds a dress, and his comment about this is, "That looks really comfortable. Nah, I'll stick with my own duds." So he apparently briefly considered how comfortable a dress might be before deciding to stick with his own clothes. So these two little snippets of practically nothing are all it takes for this movement to get their shit in a tizzy and like, oh boy, we got Luigi now. What else can we get?
No, you're not getting Luigi. I don't care what Nintendo says. Man, Listen, you guys, like I said, I've never considered myself a Star Wars fan. I don't think.
What's up, faggots?
Oh,
Hey,
look.
finally, someone to interrupt.
Well, finally.
Well,
What the fuck?
Well, you guys,
Yeah,
you're born, Kendo.
What, Kendo?
So, TapAndDie, what's up?
Oh no, Butch. I was just busy trying to take care of something before. That's what I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but I figured I'd jump in.
Oh, you made it.
What happened to sports ball?
What?
What happened to sports ball?
Sports ball? That's tomorrow.
Oh, so what was today?
Something I was had to take care of.
Ball.
Well, he has to bury a body, apparently.
Oh, shut up. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay, fair enough.
We still have Seth on here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appalachian American. Yeah.
Oh,
Too quiet, man. Just interrupt LMP. He'll go on all night if we let him.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, LMP right now is pissed because the one thing I don't like is them fucking with my video games and trying to pollute it with their narratives.
We never noticed.
Yeah, or trying to or be the Hillary Clinton of like, oh, video games cause violence and everything like that, sex and misogyny. Like, for the last fucking time, we just want to be left alone with our damn games. Stop injecting your identity politics into our media, to our enjoyment.
Let us hold our
Yeah.
joysticks in our hands.
Yeah, we want to masturbate.
Listen, sometimes a joystick is just a joystick, okay? It's nothing more than just a joystick, right? The point is, like, this whole community is like you said, Frank, taking 2 snippets and making a mountain out of an anthill, something like that. That the expression goes.
Molehill, yeah, same thing.
Same bullshit.
Yeah.
But and it's to them, it's like they want to claim ownership of everything. Question is, when was this interest in video games ever before? And just like, how you guys feel about Star Wars, like how you have people all of a sudden claiming that they're true fans, that they've been there since the beginning, they know better than the old fans and everything. I myself, I wasn't a gaming in the 80s, I was just barely born at the end of it, but I've been playing video games since the moment I first grabbed them, the first Nintendo controller and just started playing video games, playing Mario, what you will from there. Knowing who Mario, knowing who Luigi were, and I've been very faithful to Nintendo, like in terms of playing the games and the consoles for years. I just cannot stand the fact. Listen, you laugh at it all you want, but I cannot stand this. All right, I do not want this happening.
All right, settle down, Beavis.
Settle down.
You still playing?
Okay. So what y'all talk about before I jump on?
All of you.
We were talking about the trainee Luigi controversy.
Oh, that? Yeah. LMP, I bet you're a Browsette fan, right?
Hell no.
We talked about that too.
But apparently,
hell no. It would have worked out if they made it
Samus.
like the sister or some shit, but I'm just saying. Not that I really care.
Hold up. You want to hear this? I'm not a Bowsette fan, but guess who's a Linkle fan here?
Oh, who?
Guess who's a Link? Oh, you don't know who Linkle is?
Oh, not again.
Oh, hell. What happened?
Hold on, don't tell him what it is. Hold on.
Apparently, Late thinks she's cute.
Lanus.
Oh, girl Link.
Yeah, Linkle.
Yeah.
I just said those boots.
Oh, I could have figured that out by the name.
That's a dumb name.
It is.
Yeah, Linkle.
What's a dumb
They
idea?
couldn't give it a completely different, like a whole new character.
They could have named it Lena or Lana or something.
Anything.
Something with an L.
No, it had to be fucking Linkle.
Lorenzo.
God damn it.
Lorenzo.
Doesn't sound right.
I'm spinning ball in here.
David Applegate said LMP was born in the back of a penny arcade.
He was born in the back of a peso arcade.
At least it would have been more interesting than the way I was actually born.
On the back of the El Camino.
I don't know. I was born in a river and I washed downstream. Apparently, a nice family took me in and raised me ever since.
All right, calm down there, Moses.
Mexican Moses.
Mm-hmm.
Moses.
Let my people go to Home Depot.
I'm pretty sure people can't go to Home Depot. They're like always there in the front and in the back.
Well, hell, they ain't coming to Lowe's. I know that.
Okay, Lowe's is much fancier, so they would never allow us there.
Oh wait, that's what they should have named Girl Link, Lowe's.
All right, so you guys ready for some better news?
Yeah.
Sure.
Coming to America 2, starring Eddie Murphy, has been greenlit.
And Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy
Yeah,
and Eddie Murphy.
coming to America, coming to America.
Possibly James Earl Jones as well.
Really?
Yep.
I expect it to be horrible.
I expect to see a sad look on his face. He'll be like, "Why am I doing this shit?"
Yeah.
On everybody.
He'll be happy. Like, at least it's not fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's all we can say.
They didn't drag me back for Star Wars. That's all I care about.
I'm sure there worked Star Wars in there somehow. Everything comes back to Star Wars.
Didn't we once joke that? Oh, what did we? Didn't we make some kind of Coming to America and Black Panther crossover joke at some point?
I'm sure we did because it was something else we joked about, and they did it the same thing and I saw on Facebook, and I commented. I was like, "Look, we were just talking about that. I just don't remember what the hell it was."
Wasn't it on the main page? They kept saying that it was but yeah, I don't know.
You had it.
Wow,
there.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. What? Hello?
I thought I heard one of the old episodes.
What was one what was that?
Well, we're getting a lot of background noise from somebody.
Yeah. Mute your TV, dude. We can't hear you.
Seth,
What?
go say what you were saying now.
Oh, it's just I thought that on one of the old episodes that of the WCBS that they were talking about the Coming to America being
What, a part 2? The crossover with Black Panther?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was the
I
show
don't know.
because I know I made that joke one time about because I sent an email and it was talking about how that the Soul Gem is in America because that's where they make Soul Glow from.
I think I heard it today.
Oh.
Well,
I'm like 9 episodes away from being caught up.
oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you. Just like I got up too, and now I'm just depressed. I think about cutting myself every day.
Well, instead of doing that, we can now play bullshit fan theories.
All
What
right.
is Coming to America 2 going to be about?
Okay, so I got one. What's it called? So basically, it's a civil war. Remember that chick he's supposed to marry in the first one? I mean, that he was his fiance, whatever, the one that does whatever. Because her dad, if you remember, was like a colonel or a high-ranking official in the military. So maybe he's pissed that his daughter he raised from birth to become his wife that's supposed to serve him. So they start a civil war, and they'll call it there you go. And they could do the poster just like Captain America Civil War.
But I have a question about that.
What?
How is that Coming to America?
Well, obviously, when they bring the war to America, they use spies and shit. It's a spy thriller now. Comedy.
Not as though we got a whole lot interesting.
It's like what's a good spy movie?
Spies
Spy
Like
Game.
Us?
Yeah, there we go. Spies Like Us. There we go. Like what's her name? Dan Aykroyd and what's his name? Chevy Chase make a cameo appearance.
He was an I Spy. The movie.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember now that movie. I hadn't thought about that movie in a while.
This is a sock.
What was it over a stealth jet? Owen Wilson was in that one too, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I knew it was one of the Wilson twins.
They aren't
The one with the
twins.
fucked up
I
nose.
know they're not twins, but
Their noses are.
What's the opposite of fraternal
the
twin?
Wachowskis can now be sisters. They can be twins.
Yeah, there you go.
They can decide that they want to be identified as twins.
Yeah, we identify as twins now. So
And there's nothing you can do about it there.
Well, now I identify as Lape's son,
Hater,
the competent one.
Good. Can I claim you my taxes?
Hey, no
Social
problem.
security number.
I'll send you all my shit.
Well, I now identify as undisputed ruler of Earth, so all you fuckers owe me rent.
Oh, shit. You want to start some? I'll start a war right now.
Well,
I will dispute that.
Okay, so here's my idea. Wakanda is trying to take over Zamunda. And so Eddie Murphy has to come back to America to study crime prevention techniques, so he goes to Beverly Hills.
Oh, God.
that sounds better than my theory already.
And while he's there, he has to thwart a kidnapping attempt at Nakatomi Plaza.
Oh, God.
On Christmas Eve.
So he has to fight his way up the building while McClane fights his way down?
Yep. And midway through, he has to rescue this weird Tibetan child.
He has to dress like he did, too, in that movie.
Yep.
See, hey, Jeff, we got that movie going for you that you talked about before.
All while singing Roxanne.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. Then he cuts his feet, and he has to keep changing his clothes and putting on different jackets. And then Surge comes in and sells him a new gun.
Roxanne.
Okay, who's next?
That
Or are you done?
Dumb.
No, but and at the end, he opens up a nightclub on the moon.
Oh, gee whiz.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Why don't you tie in Leonard part 6 in there too? Just
because that was Bill Puddin Cosby.
I know, but wrong black guy, late. I
know they all look alike, but
thank you. At least someone
they all
gets
smell alike. Am I supposed to say mine, or I don't have?
Please.
Do
you have one?
Dear God, say it.
No, I had one, but it kind of left the building.
LMP?
Huh?
Okay, so
I'm LMP.
Well, I don't really have much of a theory, but this is how I picture the beginning starts. Basically, it starts with him apologizing to his fiance, now wife, basically saying, "Honey, you don't understand. I thought that he was a she."
Well, I'm going to write an article this weekend saying how the lack of inclusion that Eddie Murphy's character is neither trans nor bi is problematic.
But he is bi in real life. No.
What?
Remember he picked up the tranny?
Oh yeah, that's true. I just mentioned that. I just made fun of that too.
Talking about how he was just giving her a ride.
Yeah, didn't what's his name do the same?
Hugh Grant did that, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, he had the gerbil up his ass.
No.
That's Richard Gere.
No, that was Richard Gere.
Right. My bad.
We should not know these things.
I mixed up my degenerates, Hollywood degenerates.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, they're getting more degenerate by the day.
And he was married to Elizabeth Hurley at the time.
I'm sure you know.
I know.
Oh, Leip is still jealous.
She was one of our Hall of Fame girls. So.
Just break his heart.
She's gorgeous still.
Would you say you tapped that?
Would I now? Yeah.
Oh, see.
Yeah, he has her number. He could probably call her on speed dial and be like, "Hey, you want to hang out again?"
Yeah. If I had her number, I wouldn't be talking to you clowns.
Well, he's a personal coach.
Wow. I know how you feel about his dad, but damn, that hurt.
On a Friday night.
Dad doesn't want to spend time with us.
Nope. I call him dad for other reasons.
I don't want to spend time with my own children.
We are your own children, damn it. Acknowledge us.
Daddy. And I will be his legal son-in-law when the marriage goes through.
Oh, shit. There we go.
Oh, that's right.
I'm telling you, one of these days, Leip is going to try to kill me.
You won't have to. Kellogg's will do it for him.
Find you first. Oh, you should have seen this past week. I showed her. I was doing things on BitChute, and she saw all the images and stuff, and she got all upset and went and told my wife, "Oh, you know what your husband said?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't care."
Wait, she said what?
What images?
She's all upset on her thumbnails that they're,
Did she actually say your husband?
She went to my wife and said,
"Why couldn't she say, my dad is doing some degenerate shit over here?"
Wait, because of our thumbnails?
Yeah.
Or the girls, you mean?
Yeah.
They were very
geez.
tasteful photos.
I know.
Yes, they are.
They are. Look, I didn't take the pictures.
Nope, but apparently she has a problem with it, and the whole thing is that, Labe, you need to correct that.
Yeah.
I would suggest.
Why doesn't she respect women?
You just look at her and say, "Look, honey, it's marketing. Okay, this is what sells."
Sort of.
She will gladly say that she has more subscribers than we do.
All right. Well, I've got
she's-
a piece of not so happy news that I know is
Uh-oh.
going to be people are going to be absolutely heartbroken over
Wait, Seth, you didn't do a bullshit theory.
it. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Well, no, I'm the guest. Shoot. How long has it been since the first one came out? It was like the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah. 30 years.
Maybe,
30 years.
Maybe kids graduate in college and he's got to look for a wife, look for his kid a wife, and they end up getting in trouble.
Oh, I see what
That's
you
not
mean.
bad.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
that's what they're doing now, right? Rehashing old storylines.
Oh yeah. A reboot.
That makes
doesn't
sense.
feel like a reboot.
Well, that would
Is
be
that-
interesting. Like, you can imagine him, like, you know, the way that he is, and all of a sudden they're like in a more very politically correct environment. It's like, damn, how do I find my son in a wife in a world where all the women are essentially like offended by everything?
Yeah, and his kid gets in trouble for doing something that, and now he's got to go over there and get him out of jail and whatever for assaulting someone's feelings.
I would watch that. That's actually
Yeah.
pretty interesting premise.
Question is though, who would play his son?
Who else?
Michael B. Jordan.
Huh?
Michael B. Jordan.
I guess.
Idris. No.
Idris
Idris
Elba.
Elba.
I beat you.
Cool, the barrel-faced Chris Griffin, he's in everything these days.
Idris Elba.
Somebody hashtag him. Yeah, get him on Twitter. Say, hey, Michael B. Jordan, be on Coming to America too. His play Eddie Murphy's son. That's what
How
I would
can
be
my
like.
son find a wife when all the women are really men?
Mhm.
Oh my God, can you imagine that? Like, he takes this money, like, this must be a lovely place to find some lady wife. And he goes in, and it turns out like they're all men, and him and his son run out. And of course they'll make a joke about him possibly thinking that the women were cute. Not the son, Eddie Murphy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or there should be like one joke where they go to a woman and he's like, I gotta ask this, like, do you have a penis? That's what the first question he always asks.
With his super happy like attitude and that accent. Do you have a penis?
Now my biggest question is Arsenio Hall going to be on this movie? Is he even still alive?
He's
That
still
guy
alive.
will do anything for a sandwich at this point.
Wow.
Damn.
Wait, are you saying that because he's broke or for another reason?
No, I mean, when's
Yes.
the last time he did anything?
Probably broke his shit.
He's got all that Arsenio Hall show money.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Oh
One
yeah,
season.
I'm sure he's getting residuals on that.
Wasn't that like on Fox or something back in the day when it was on?
Like a season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they try to reboot the series. Because I remember seeing like advertisement at the bus stop for it. I'm like, didn't this guy already do a show?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I remember a Simpsons joke about that where it was a Halloween. It was one of the more more modern Halloween episodes where everybody became zombies after eating one of the Krusty burgers.
Oh yeah,
And
that
what
one.
happened
I remember
was that Bart was about Homer was about to hit Bart, thinking that Bart had turned into a zombie for eating a Krusty burger with a book. And Lee says, like, no, Dad, that's the last book in existence. We must and she looks at the cover. It says Arsenio on it with his picture, and she's like, all right,
Oh shit! How the hell they lose all the books so fast? Tell me that, LMP. Explain to me that.
Listen, in the world of The Simpsons, do you really want me to explain how things happen the way they do, or do you want me to hit some zingers?
Sure, I got 5 hours.
Damn it, you were supposed to say zingers.
Don't let him ramble again. He already had one.
You're putting Kendo to sleep.
Yeah.
Candle,
Ken
you
already
need a nap
left.
anyways.
All right. David Applegate's very active in the chat.
I would love to be active, but I don't know where this chat is at.
Somebody has to be.
Yeah. He wants to know if you came out as a tranny.
Who?
He said,
Me?
"Did you just come out as a tranny, LMP?"
Well, me? Oh God,
No,
no.
the other Liquid Metal Pro on this program.
There's two of us.
That explains
There's two
so
Mexicans.
much.
Yeah, there's two Mexicans on the show. So yeah, technically you could say there's another Liquid Metal Pro somewhere.
Liquid Metal Pro and Liquid Metal Amateur.
I'm Liquid Metal Amateur.
All right, I'm changing my name.
We know.
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as the Liquid Metal Pro. He died in a burro driving accident.
Yeah. You and your
Drinking and
burros and your
driving his burro.
churros and your charros and
Made that
everything else.
Liquido Pro, right?
Yeah, this is why you don't drink and drive your burro at night.
Liquido.
So, what was your bad news, Brian?
What, my bad news?
Didn't you have bad news or sad news?
Well, I think this was posted on the official site, but I had to look it up. I may even make a video. After 3 years, after nearly 3 years of a glorious love and happiness-filled engagement, Brie Larson and her fiance Alex Greenwald called it off.
Because he didn't want to be with a man.
No, he was tired of that flat ass, the pancake ass.
She just had no expression.
Yeah.
He got tired of her
Because he
slapping him in the
smiled.
face and saying, "Call me a hero! Call me a hero!"
While she's like whipping him with a whip or something while he's tied up. He's just sort of like mumbling because he's got a ball gag in his mouth.
Oh God!
And there's a gif in the corner.
You're a hero.
Wow, he's 10 years older. What a goofball.
Yeah.
Two things
He's a
came to mind when I
skinny-
saw the picture.
Huh?
Two things came to my mind when I saw that picture. One, okay, so Brie Larson actually has tits. I guess. And
Yeah.
then two,
She's
who the hell is the
unbalanced.
male in that relationship? Because I looked at both of their pictures side by side. I'm like, damn, I cannot believe one of you is the dominant partner here.
It was
Well,
probably
first
Maybe
of
they
all,
can.
It's probably
First
her.
of all-
She's about to hit it super. She's about to be a superstar here. That she's Captain Marvel. She's going to make the big
Yeah,
moves.
okay.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah,
she can do
superstar,
better
right.
than this loser musician who doesn't have a gig and can't hold a job.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to be like, was it Freddie Prinze Jr. now? That's what he didn't want to become.
Oh wow.
I have no idea. I
Well,
don't
first
even
of all,
understand the
we
question.
knew she had tits because there was a recent happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Second-
but really, was that really much of anything to like awe
Well,
at?
no, I'm just saying we've seen evidence that they do exist. And secondly, was it just me, or does that guy look like a cross between Oggs and Andrew Garfield?
I saw that.
Yeah. So if Augie spiked his hair.
Oh my God! Don't give him my. Watch now. He's gonna disappear from. He's gonna disappear all from WCBS. Anything WCBS related, he's gonna get rid of all evidence he existed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now Oggs hates me.
We'll come back in 10 years. You remember me? Reality? You remember me? Reality, Frank?
Yeah, we won't recognize his voice because his voice has changed by then.
Yep. He finally got his chin hairs.
Oh yeah.
All right. I got one last piece of news here. I don't know if it's good or bad or just somewhere in the middle, but the He-Man reboot movie has got a director and new writers and is slated to come out in 2020.
What happened to the old writers?
I don't know. I think they work
They
for
were
Sony. Well, the article didn't really make a whole lot clear. It said it was going to be released by Sony last October, but then something happened, so now Sony's not doing it.
Good. Then it has a
And-
chance to actually be good if Sony's not doing it.
Possibly.
For He-Man?
Yep. New Masters of the Universe movie.
So yeah. So they're like rebooting what they did in the 80s? Is that the idea?
I don't know. It was very scarce on details. It just said they have new writers who have worked on a bunch of other crap.
So it'll be He-Man.
Yeah, maybe.
That's not getting any old anytime.
Oh, I love that meme. It's
I said,
mom.
mom.
It's
What's crazy,
real.
I forgot which comment thread, which post on the Facebook page. With this guy Alex, we was making like some jokes, and I said, and we were making some Yu-Gi-Oh jokes, and I ended up turning one of the card names into that man meme. I just wish I had Photoshop so I could have actually showed you guys what it would have looked like.
Was that before or after you got banned for 24 hours?
I don't know.
Weren't you
Wait, when were you banned?
Huh?
Who was banned for 24 hours?
LMP. We talked about it last week because of his memes.
I wasn't banned.
No, that was Loudy.
Loudy.
Oh,
I was
Loudy.
about to say.
I was say we
Man,
talked
you
about it
were
last
old.
week. Oh, shut up! I've been drinking.
No, but
Yeah, what else is new?
Oh God, he's drinking a hoppy beer.
Probably
Boy, I can't
breathes
believe
alcohol
it.
in at this point.
Yeah. Oh, Loudy's probably getting hammered right now and all sorts of things. But
In the Target parking lot.
And drinking too.
Butt stuff.
oh, butt stuff in the. Sometimes you got to give it a good old right there in the butt.
Speaking of butt stuff, there's a spice they sell at my job called Rub Some Butt. And I want to buy it, and I'm going to send it to Jeff and tell Jeff to give it to Loudy. So there's a little spice for that butt stuff to go with your butt stuff.
I'm done.
I'm just like, I can't believe this is real. I like rub some butt, and I can't pass that aisle. Every time I pass it and I see it, I think of Loudy every time. He's in my head now.
Well, send it to the P.O. box.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Because I got something else I'm going to try to
on
send.
Loudy. See if you can't also find a bottle of ass in the tub. Yes, there really is a hot sauce called ass in the tub. I'm gonna have fun with that.
Wait,
I need to find that
joke.
What joke?
I'm trying to see if I can find it online. Hold on.
You don't even have the joke?
He never does.
Oh, yeah, they actually have the video. I may have to post this on chat one day, so that you guys and Loudy can see. Don't worry, it's ass related.
I hope so.
He'll know what it is. You guys maybe.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna do a bullshit theory on that movie too.
Sure.
Okay.
He-Man? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I got it. It's gonna be a sequel to the old one. Dolph Lundgren's back and everything, and then what's her face is back. They got the whole cast back together.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then but the villains, what's it? Macho Man, Tranny Savage. That's the main villain.
So this is the wheelchair edition. Everybody's gonna
yeah, they're all in their 60s.
Yeah,
to be older than that.
There's mine.
Frank Langella's dead, so that might not work out.
Bring his ass back to life.
I mean, he was Skeletor, so it'll be appropriate.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about makeup too much.
Just animating.
There you go.
Hey, man.
I didn't see the original, so I don't really know what happened.
Yeah, that was so many years back. I don't even remember that.
I used to watch that all the time, every day. I used to love that show.
A cartoon.
Yep, the old He-Man and Super Friends and all that shit back in the old days.
Power of Grace.
Oh no, Super Friends definitely. I remember watching that.
Super Friends.
He-Man, never really got into it too much.
Super Friends was way before He-Man.
Yeah, but
they show reruns.
Yeah, I remember I was a kid in like the early '80s, so it was like all reruns. But
yeah, reruns. Because I think
Super
they were
Friends
reruns when
reruns.
I saw them in the '70s.
Yeah, they had reruns into the '90s. That's how I saw
Twin
it.
Powers activate.
yeah, you could probably still catch it on like Boomerang or something.
Yeah.
Well, Boomerang shows a lot of more like modern day stuff nowadays. Like you'll be lucky if it's like half and half.
Well,
Like
you know what? I
anything-
could probably find on sites like Toonova or something like that would have it.
No, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Definitely
out
one
there
that was a good one.
if I wanted to find it.
I'm sure you can.
I want to see Skeletor win.
Well, there you go. I'll finally get his day.
Yeah.
Didn't Robot Chicken do one of their episodes where something like that happened where they did kill He-Man, and it's like now they have to figure out what and now I think like damn it, what was the name of that weird looking little imp wizard thing?
Orko.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And he ended up becoming like the new He-Man.
The only one I remember was the one where the mountain they live on or whatever is like the most highest peak, so they got a bunch of skiers or whatever rock climbers that start visiting the place, and so Skeletor blows it up to get rid of them. He's like, "I'm gonna bring the elevation down."
But yeah, that stuff never gets old.
And then the one where they're all stuck in the car together because all the villains are
yes,
they're doing a
I love
carpool.
that one.
That would it's comic fantasy.
All right,
Damn.
so my turn. Let's see here. Well, because there were always like extremely gay overtones in the old Superman He-Man series, and because it's going to be written by modern idiot writers who are guaranteed to fuck it up, I anticipate that they're going to have some young gay man from Earth fall through a portal and land on Eternia, where he becomes He-Man, the gayest barbarian in history.
And his name will be Adam Shawhan.
Yeah.
Super fan.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Makes sense. His name is Adam, right?
Yeah.
He did bring a purple dildo to Dion.
No, there you go. See, it all works out.
I was there. I witnessed it. I also saw the waitress at the bar we went to afterwards eyeing it like she wanted to take it home. She's like, "What are you gonna do with that?"
She said, "I'm gonna shove it up my ass. Whatever I want to do with
I'm
it."
serious. If Dion was, single or a swing, she said, "I tell you what, come with me and I'll show you." And she'd have walked out with him.
Hold on, I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done.
Go ahead.
I got one more part of this.
Okay.
Before the big climactic battle at the end, He-Man holds up his mighty sword and says, "I got a bone for you, Skeletor." The end. Hello.
Rogers, we are so gay, aren't we?
Yes, we are very happy. All right, that's what I got. Who's next?
Brian.
David Applegate said Brie Larson is He-Man.
Shit.
Without makeup.
No, she's Skeletor without makeup.
Oh shit.
No, they get the Olsen twins the way Skeletor.
Okay.
Oh,
And there, is it the older sister that plays the Scarlet Witch?
Oh,
That was
Elizabeth?
younger.
She's the younger sister.
The younger. She's so much nicer looking.
She still looks like a freaking deranged elf, but yeah, at least she's not starving herself.
Right. She actually has,
Hey, like,
a
elves are
body.
real,
Is it the
remember?
other, huh?
Remember, elves are real, according to David Applegate.
Oh,
They existed.
yeah.
Or they're just extinct now. Watch, he's going to bring it up in the chat now. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Rian Johnson is skeleton. No, he's too chubby.
Right? His head is too round.
Yeah. I was going to say that.
Oh, shit. No, he can play that tiger. What was the name of the tiger?
Cringer.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
Look like
he
he could
became
be a spare
Battle
little bitch.
Cat. Yeah.
That sounds too cool for him.
No,
Okay,
Rian
I
Johnson's
see that look.
Orko.
The death of
Rowan
He-Man. What
Johnson.
the hell you want, Brooklyn Beaner? What are you posting in the chat here?
I was telling you about
Robot Chicken.
That video he was talking about.
Oh,
the
They
robot.
killed He-Man. I was like,
Shit.
I completely forgot about that.
Oh, fuck you, late.
shit.
Well,
No, I'm sorry. I should have said that. What I should have said was, "Fuck you, Dad."
so
that is
with the
really
reboot
problematic.
of He-Man, are we going to get the pink and white outfit, or we're going to get the here's my abs and pecs?
If they don't, we
I
riot.
hope so.
We burn that
Guys,
bitch
we want
down.
to stay faithful to the original.
Right?
Yeah, so He-Man's just from 1982. That's as old as that is. It
Yep.
didn't exist before.
Nope.
Wow.
But somehow,
Yeah.
I think Frank is right. We're gonna get a gay He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like flaming.
Skeletor will be a former lover who wants revenge or something.
No, he'll come out as like the most confident person in the movie or the most heroic somehow. They'll make He-Man look like the complete biggest asshole.
He will be, but he'll still be applauded as champion for the gay community.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Speaking
he's
of the
ours.
gay
You can't have
community.
him back.
The gay community.
No, I said speaking of them, there was I saw that news where they were the Overwatch community is so depraved, whatever the hell the word, because they got all happy because another character's come out as gay.
Oh, come on.
So Soldier 76, I think that's the name of the character. And then like the other character, the Diva, they showed like one of those. I don't know if you've seen them. Those little short animated videos they do for them. And they showed one, and it shows like an image of her team because she was like on some gaming team. And there's only one other female, and all they show is her picture, and that's literally it. And now everyone's like, oh, they must be hooking up. You know, they're two lesbians. You know, they're clam slamming.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, that would probably sound kind of hot because she's like Korean or something.
But off of one image, like 2 seconds of an image, and all of a sudden they assume that she's already in a gay relationship. That's how retarded these people are.
Well, it's the same thing we was talking about earlier with the Luigi thing. Like, why the fuck are you reading into this shit and trying to claim it as your own? Stop. Nobody wants
be woke.
It's not even to be woke. I think it's just a fucking cry for attention, and these people need to get off their asses and do something better with their lives and trying to like interfere with stuff that people already like. God, then they wonder why nobody wants to deal with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the SJWs too. They're also pissed off because I'm not sure if you heard of it, but there's an anime that came out called The Rising of the Shield Hero. And I read the manga like a few years back because I was just exploring it. It was interesting. I just never finished it, but it came out because what happens was the main character gets accused of raping someone, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but now they're all the SJWs are getting pissed because they're showing, they're considered misogynistic just because a character who didn't rape someone is being accused of raping someone, but he obviously didn't do it. He was robbed, and he was, and it's like, and they're getting all pissed at that. Of course, the Japanese are telling them to fuck off by just still making the show. Good on the Japs.
Rightfully so. And honestly, if it was Nintendo of Japan that put out the final statement on Luigi, I'm pretty sure they would have told these fucks, to fuck off and go make some tranny games or something. And God bless the anime creators for sticking to their guns.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's all it takes is we need one person, at least one person, just to tell them to fuck off. Let them get mad and then see that they're going to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. They can scream and, all they want and throw their feet in the air or, throw their temper tantrum. It's not going to do a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because Brian's got to go in there with a belt. Got to bend him over without giving him a safe word.
And he's going to explain how he does it.
And then he's going to review it.
Well, you see here, what you have to do is you have to turn the wrist first. You can't just whip it straightforward. You have to turn the wrist first. And you have to make sure
you can't just whip it. You have to whip it good.
It's not too late.
What was it? Whipster, or what was it called?
Whipster. Oh, Christ, kill me now.
Okay, I'm on my way.
You're not Christ.
Jesus, is that you?
When a problem comes along,
Lord,
you must.
I got some good news though.
Well, I love Richard Cheese.
Anyway, but
I can turn any song into a show tune.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I saw the new season for Young Justice. Like the first I think it's 12 episodes. I know 6 episodes. It's actually pretty good. I didn't buy the DC Universe, whatever that streaming service, because that's stupid. But my brother went ahead. I don't know if he got a month free or he bought it for real, but I went ahead and watched it. It's actually pretty damn good. And they're not pulling punches. I'm talking people are getting slaughtered, blood everywhere. You think it was an anime.
Beautiful.
I could send you the login, LMP.
Well, I'll probably, I mean, thanks if anything, but let's hold off on that for now because I have no idea when I'll be watching that.
I know. I figured, yeah.
I'm
lucky I got to watch it today.
Yeah.
You poor bastard.
I want to watch.
You got your Lego Voltron to jack off to, though. Like,
hey, at least it isn't the gay Voltron.
Oh God,
man! Don't even get me started on that.
Oh,
no, go ahead, talk about it.
Oh my God!
Now we got.
I about threw my Voltron in the trash. He's sitting right. I can see. He's look right at me. He's sitting right here. He almost went in the trash. I was so mad.
Go ahead. Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, I mean, it's just crappy character development. Come on now. I have a gay friend, and I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And she was like, that's stupid. She even said it was stupid. It clearly wasn't meant to be gay. Then he turns out to be gay because it's the woke thing to do.
Yep, and remember what I said too, because they got that picture that where are they now picture ending, but his was the only one that was animated that had an emotion in it. So that's how you right there. And my gay friend, LMP said he was stupid too.
Nah, I mean, if he wanted to be gay, be gay. Like, if you're gonna have a gay character, just have a gay character. Have him be a good written character. But no,
it was just shoved in there.
Oh yeah, just like he shoved his tongue.
He was sucking on it too.
Oh, they're
I'm waiting for the day that we get flagged.
I'm sure we will.
Oh,
it's going to be David Applegate watch. He's going to flag us.
Yeah, right.
Because I was talking shit about the elves.
We have 5 listeners, 3 of whom have already been on the show.
Yay.
Oh man, but that's the great thing about us, ladies and gentlemen. We're not afraid to go there.
I guess Kendo left.
Oh, he got bored.
He's kind of listening to us apparently. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
We're too good for him.
Of course, he's too good for us.
Hey, this is how the old show used to be when they didn't play games, didn't have anything to do, and then before they started doing the super chats all night long.
Oh, Dave, go ahead. Tell us how you hate the super chats. 3,
2, 1, go. We all hate the super chats. It gives too much priority to a certain group of people. Everybody else pretty much primarily gets ignored.
Yeah,
I'm too poor for super chats.
Yeah, I've only ever sent $2, and that's only happened twice or 3 times. I don't remember, but I never go past $2.
Well, it's not just the main show. I mean, there's a lot of other channels that nowadays, because of the super chat thing, it's like that's all their shows and live streams ever become. It's like whatever somebody posts the money for, and credit to the guys and credit to all these other channels. They're just giving into what the fans want, but at the same time, it's like we're hearing more about what the fans want and not what you're putting out, like your products. I understand that
they become dancing monkeys for coins.
Exactly. We want you. We don't want just the fans. Remember, the fans aren't always right. We can be pretty wrong sometimes.
Yes.
Just ask WWE.
All right.
Here, I'm gonna get us flagged. Just give us a second. Just give me a second.
Give us a second. We're gonna get flagged by WWE.
Damn it! What in tarnation?
I don't know. It sounds like we're playing Soviet Union music.
It ain't. Oh.
Actually, Soviet Union music will probably get us more subscribers.
No, it's German.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get promoted on the.
I know you're getting all salivating at the mouth, late. There you go. I just got us flagged.
Oh, did we have anything else?
I guess the topic that I brought up earlier that I don't know if you guys were really doing any research into it or heard about it, but you guys heard about what's happening now with R. Kelly?
No.
So this is what I know as of right now, but apparently in the last, I think sometime in December, a documentary series came out called Surviving, I think it's like Surviving R. Kelly or something like that, right? And basically all these girls telling their story about being sexually abused by him, and like teenage girls and stuff like that. That's as far as my extensive knowledge is concerned. But what's shocking is the fact that apparently now this has become like a Me Too thing now, where it's like the level of mental gymnastics. It's crazy. We have like the Me Too movement becoming about Black women now. Apparently, Lady Gaga did a song with R. Kelly saying that she apologizes for it, and to pull her song off like the radio and the iTunes store, which has actually happened from what I understand. There was an episode of the Boondocks, which I think was the first episode that aired, but it was actually like the second episode of the series. I don't remember the actual order, but it's one of the first two episodes, which was called The Trial of Robert Kelly, where at the end, where basically it was a like satire, a whole statement about R. Kelly, how it is blatantly clear he's committing a lot of these acts and he's doing immoral things and improper things, but people are still defending him. And then there's a speech at the end that Huey, one of the characters that is usually the voice of reason, says is that the government and the police conspire to put a lot of Black people away, but R. Kelly isn't one of them. He is not Nelson Mandela. So stop trying to defend him. The man makes great music, but he's a troubled man. You should try to help him if you really care about him. And of course, it falls on deaf ears, and people are not looking at this like, oh, wow, it was calling it, or it is true and everything. I'm like, no, it wasn't that it's true. It was basically a message to a whole community of people. Like, listen, this guy is doing all these things. You know he's doing these things, but you still keep defending him. So that's basically what I know of as of right now. There's probably more to it, but they are starting to take action against R. Kelly now.
Finally, I guess.
Yeah, like how many years too late?
Mm-hmm.
Burn him at the stake.
But if she didn't want to get peed on, she could have just moved out the way.
What? Yes, this is Robert Kelly. Sure, my name is, my address is, my social security. I like how that episode, like, there's a point where the lawyer, who was actually voiced by Adam West. So if anybody wants to listen to one of Adam West's guest voice acts, watch that episode. He plays the lawyer for Robert Kelly. He's like, we cannot prove that that's him on the camera, and you see like he has to fix the camera, so he gets in front of the camera. You see his face. Obviously, they put the dumb mask on him. But then it's like that doesn't prove anything, and he gets a phone call while he's peeing on the girl, and it's like, oh yeah, my name is Robert, and he gives like his full name, sure, and in his social number and everything.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a good episode.
Yeah, they were until the fourth season.
Well, that was because the creator was having disputes with Viacom, who basically network.
I'm just saying.
Listen, he chose to continue his dream project, which was Black Jesus. He's another one to blame. Yes.
Oh shit.
He wanted to do something else, and the something else sucked. So stick with what you're good at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Like, we know
too little, too late. That's what I say. It was like, what the fuck took him so long?
Apparently, a documentary series.
Like, I mean, it's like you see all this stuff happen, like with Harvey Weinstein and stuff. It's almost like this has happened as sort of like sacrificial lions or lambs, whatever you want to call it. Like they're just doing this to be like, oh yeah, see, we're taking care of the problem. We're against sexual misconduct and all that stuff. Here's a few people to throw in jail, and then everyone could go about their business.
Yeah.
And that's about it. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, they took this. It was Weinstein, it was Cosby, and now we have R. Kelly. And you notice it seems to be the trend of straight men and famous straight men. It's not even an issue about race anymore. It's just about being a straight male and being famous who happens to. I mean, and listen, whether or not some of these guys actually did some of the stuff that they're accused of, that's one thing, and that's for a court of law to decide. And obviously, the court of public opinion is a different type of court. But in R. Kelly's case, there's been a lot of evidence throughout the years of what he's been doing, and a lot of immoral stuff. And hell, there was even the stuff that I only recently remembered, like he was married to singer Aaliyah before she died, and she was like only 15. Her parents found out about it; they were not too happy. So you have all these things. He has already, and I kid you not, of all places that I had to actually read up on some of the scandals, happened to be on the Clinton News Network website of all places. So yeah, I know I don't feel happy about it. But listen, if it's credible story, I can't even say credible source. If the story's credible enough,
make sure you wash yourself after that.
Well, listen, I'm still whipping myself in the back with a cat on nine tails. I don't feel any cure. God, the Da Vinci Code lied to me. God, it's like it basically, the signs were always there. The evidence was there right in people's fucking faces. And like you said, it just seems so happen that right now, because of the whole Me Too bullshit, that now's the time that we got to throw another lamb to the slaughter, because apparently people were asking too many questions. Remember that Dave Chappelle? I don't know if you guys remember that Dave Chappelle joke where they was talking about, it's like, hey, every time something bad happens, it seems like Michael Jackson seems to be accused of molesting another child. So he did the skit where it's like, oh, well, like when he was doing the stand-up, he's like, he acted out the skit. He's like, oh, well, Michael, you see, with the war in Iraq, people are asking too many questions, and there's just no easy way to say this, Michael. Gotta suck up another kid's dick off, Michael. Like, I'm sorry, you gotta do it. Like, take one for the country. And the whole thing is to
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, that was crazy. God bless Dave Chappelle. But the whole thing is like, are we just like, every time something bad is happening in the country or the world, or people are asking too many questions, do we have to have like another Me Too moment now? Is that the thing?
They have another sacrifice, like on South Park when they sacrifice Britney Spears. It'll be like, it's kind of like that. Like every 10 years or something, there's these people that they get found out they're degenerates, and they just sort of like, they go to jail, and that way it just calms the masses down, and they go back to doing their shit.
Gonna be a good harvest this year.
Yep.
Harvest indeed.
Yeah, maybe Trey and Matt were onto something when they did that episode.
I mean, they've been onto a lot of things, and it's not that they predicted. I think it was just that they know. It's kind of like how Seth MacFarlane keeps being said that he's like this great predictor of things, and it's like, maybe it's not that they're predicting, maybe it's that they know something. So this is how they throw it out there.
It's like an inside joke, and they're throwing it out. Only they get it. Like, we laugh at it, some of it, because of how absurd it is, but they know it's true, sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what the episode of the Boondocks was. It was like one of those instances where it's like, listen, we see the truth for what it is, but people want to ignore it. And if you watch the episode carefully, you'll notice certain things. Like, look at the people who are defending R. Kelly and compare that to the people who were protesting his actions. It was literally cut and dry. Like, it was just like so cut and dry, like the type of mentality was. And it was, mind you, it was people of his own race. Like, you saw one group look like the type of people you would you would probably tell your kids to avoid, and the other group would be like the most educated people, know what they're talking about, and understand the ramifications of his actions. And it was just so like, well, for the lack of better term, so black and white, we must call it that. But again, it seems like bullshit. And this is something that I was talking with my brother about. How, okay, granted, the man did some stuff to some underage girls, right? But going back to what Dave Chappelle had talked about with the whole Michael Jackson thing and some of this other stuff that happens, he rose up the question one time of how old is 15 really? And before anybody thinks I'm going in a particular direction with this, hear me out. What we're referring to, It's what I'm referring to is the accountability. Okay, like at 15 years old, you know, you hear these stories of these kids, they accidentally kill a little kid, or they're committing these crimes that they get tried like adults, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's how we as a society see them, like, okay, 15, you can be tried as an adult. Then at 15, shouldn't you have some level of accountability of what happens to you? And in this instance, for example, and again, I'm not saying that all of them, you know, aren't like this or are like this, but if a man like R. Kelly, a very famous man, is paying you off for your silence, again, you're accepted by accepting the money, you're understanding what's going on, and you're knowingly accepting what's happening to you. As an adult, that would apply. And I understand at 15, some people are like, well, you can't because of X and Y reason. But isn't it maybe possible to also say maybe at that age you kind of know what's going on and should know better? And if you know that this is happening to you, speak up, because like 10, 12 years, like, you know, years later, it's like, look at where we're at now. We're doing a Me Too movement, and this is how things have to be handled now, through a fucking hashtag. A hashtag is bullshit of all things.
Every time I hear hashtag, my soul dies a little.
Yeah, I know.
Word.
Pound sign?
The pound sign, the tic-tac-toe board.
Yep.
Pound me too.
On the telephone, nobody knows.
Pound me too. I forgot about that. Pound me too.
Pound me too. I call it the "Give Me Two" movement, because I really call it for what it is. It's just, you want attention and you want money, so give me two.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I can't really say anything else. It's basically it's. I just feel it's full of shit. And
right. Well, if you can't say anything else, we can interrupt you then, right?
Good.
You should have been interrupting me. I've been opening the discussion for this like a while.
Well, you were
now.
trying to make a point there, and we usually try to be cool about that, but then you kind of ramble on, and it's like, okay, where do we jump in?
Oh, you can't do that. All right.
Turn
We need a 5-minute limit.
game.
We need a 5-minute limit.
Yep.
Well, he was close. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been almost 90 minutes.
Yay.
And I know Frank's got to go to work tomorrow. So, any other items, or are we pretty much done?
I got nothing.
One very, very last, very brief thing to point out. IMDb has thrown their hat into the streaming service ring.
What?
Yep, they're going to have a free commercial-based streaming service.
So Crackle.
Kind of, yeah.
But I was already watching stuff on their site before.
Yep. This was just announced today. IMDb streaming service. I'm like, great, another one.
You think Jeff will get his old account back?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's I did an article read a couple weeks ago, something like that. But it was basically saying how that 2019 was going to be the streaming service wars, and we'll see who survives.
Yeah.
Hopefully
like,
Taco Bell.
All the restaurants are Taco Bell. All the streaming services are Taco Bell.
No. I mean, if somehow Taco Bell could stream like tacos into people's living rooms, that'd be worth paying for.
Hot and cold dysentery.
That's great meat.
Taco Bell murders my stomach.
They can bring back the little Chihuahua, the mascot. The one that says "Yo quiero Taco Bell."
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
I want the volcano burrito back. Those were fucking amazing.
Tell them. Say something. Speak up.
I do. Every time I go in there, I say, "Where's my fucking volcano burrito, you bastards?" Then I start slapping people.
And they say, "Get out, gringo."
Then I start slapping people, and then they call the cops. And this happens every time.
Oh well.
All right, who's our Hall of Famer?
So it's all Ellen Pete's fault. And
I swear to God, if you put who I think it is right now, like I don't know. Like, I swear I will do something you will hate.
Well, Mary's daughter, you're already going to do that.
No, I'm going with.
I'm
going with Danielle DeNicola.
Thank God.
But she did. I did find a picture of her as Bowserette. So I'm putting that in there.
Oh my God!
God damn it!
Hello, I'm gonna smother myself.
As soon as I finish it. I haven't even started. I got a bunch of images.
Shut up, LMP. You know you're gonna start fapping to it.
I'm gonna start
Probably
calling
will.
him David Carradine.
But I don't know. Sometimes she's fit. Sometimes she's a little thick. Not too bad.
wrong
One
with
site
thick?
claims she's got, it's B cup, and other times like there's no way. So maybe she's enhanced. I don't know. I don't know if she's 5'8", but she's a good cosplayer. So I decided, hey, why not? Since it was relative to all the tonight's discussion, and we needed an Aryan blonde anyway. So
That's
There you
true.
go. Hey, the music I played that goes with it.
all right.
Well, LMP knows how to pick them.
Yeah.
Sure he does.
So, Mr. Scott, you don't have anything?
I did see something the other day about IGN posted about Captain Marvel might beat Thanos, but
Of course she is. Why not?
I posted on the fan page.
I'll take a
But
Yeah.
I swear, if she beats Thanos, I'm switching to DC.
right.
I don't know how accurate that is, but because it's from IGN, but it kind of made me think about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Pray, everybody pray.
well, remember, you can't spell ignorant without IGN.
Boom.
It's so ignorant.
Ignorant.
It's so ignorant.
It's climb a tree.
Look at me, child. Wee.
Actually, now that I think about it, that might be R. Kelly to whatever girl he's at with. Not being ignorant.
Don't be ignorant.
Because I'm going to pee on you. Say, stop being ignorant and let me pee on you, bitch.
This is the remix to Pissin'.
They sound like Beavis or Butthead. I'm not sure.
Sound like what?
Beavis
That
or
was
Butthead.
Butthead.
Whichever one.
Oh, I thought he said Beelzebub. I'm like, what? I don't sound like a devil.
Are
I
we
thought he
praying
did.
for him tonight?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or Beatrice and Buttfuck, as I used to call him. I hated
of
that
course
show.
you did.
Yeah, we need more Beavis and Butthead in the world right now.
Yeah. The only thing I liked about that show was when they made fun of videos. The rest of it I didn't really care for. So
And
All right.
the Beavis and Butthead gave us hand kill.
yep. Yeah, he did. So Danielle DeNicola is the Hall of Fame, and will be up in the thumbnail, as well as some other surprises when I finally get it all done and YouTube's done processing. So I'm Brainmuffin. I've been the listening nerd. I've been your host for episode 65 of the Fancast. We did talk a little bit more WCBS and some other stuff, but most of us hadn't listened. So with us has been special guest, the Appalachian American.
Thank you guys for having me.
Late but not forgotten, TapAndDie.
Trick or treat, motherfuckers.
Our favorite Brooklyn Beaner, Brooklyn All Pro.
I just want to say something to Brie Larson. I have pretty low standards, so I would still do you.
And the responsible one of the group, Reality's Frank, take us out.
If you want to know what my icon is, if you don't already know, go onto YouTube and search Bat Metal.
And say, Martha! Good
He
night.
looked about to, I told you already. He looked like he about to smooch Martha with them lips. Martha!
All right, we done?
Yep.
We're done. Stick
All
a
right.
fork in it.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.